When I tell y'all, I thought I was going fucking crazy in my last relationship, and the whole time he was just using multiple logical fallacies on my ass. Solely using logic to argue or to win arguments, like when you're in a debate.
Thanks for tapping in with the Already Canceled Social Club. That's excellent vision. Good looking out.
You know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe. Keep the algorithm moving up, all right?
Appreciate you. Now, y'all seen the thumbnail and the title. Logic, right? Everyone understands logic.
Something like common sense, right?
Should be. Well, you know what they say about common sense, so maybe logic to some people is closer to delusion than you would think.
Hell, y'all, I thought I was going fucking crazy in my last relationship, and the whole time he was just using multiple logical fallacies on my ass. If you don't know what logical fallacies are, please go look them up. But basically, it's a way of detaching from your emotion and solely using logic.
I would ask her what is fallacy, but I'm gonna just leave it alone. And matter of fact, I'm gonna put a definition right here.
She sounds just like old boy from The Living Color and shit that be using all the big words and shit like that. Don't know the fuck they mean.
Oh, the fake Muslim dude, the exculpatory of the
through the dilation of my pupils, I have seen
the watriferous ways. Like, come on, man.
By transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux of my venereal infection.
To argue or to win arguments, like when you're in a debate. And when I tell y'all, it was...
First of all, an argument and a debate is two different things. But if you're in
the same thing.
But if you're in a debate
or an argument,
the purpose is to win the debate
and an argument
and use logic and facts to back up any statements that you make.
Well known, the best way to win a debate or an argument is to use logic.
It's called facts over feelings, right?
Man, y'all know how we are, man. We went into this saying we wasn't going to stop it, but
I'm just saying, she started it.
So much gaslighting and invalidation and just weird shit going on. My mind was so confused. Like, I was literally like blindsided because I didn't know what was going on. All I knew was that I was confused. I didn't feel heard. I was trying to prove my case all the fucking time. Every time I would try to hold him accountable, it was some sort of deflection, some sort of, oh, but you did this, some sort of something. Like, and I'm here to tell y'all right now, a man that really likes you is not about to go back and forth with you arguing or proving a point.
False. Fellas, if you really like a woman and you're really confident in yourself, you got standards. You set the standards. When they cross them, you let them know. And if she got an issue with that, one time too many, you end up moving on.
That ain't got nothing to do with likability, none of that shit. It's, bitch, you crossed the line, or this is wrong, and this is how we gonna fix it.
That's what I'm saying. You're not willing to fix that shit, brother.
It ain't about how you feel.
Man.
Or trying to win in conversations. He wants to connect. He wants to make sure that you understand what he means and understands, like, his side of the story without taking away from you. He wants to actually hear how you feel, hear what your perspective is of the situation, so that y'all can both come to like
wow.
Now, you know what a good example?
All I hear is, I don't want to be held accountable. I don't want to be held accountable. I don't want to be held accountable.
A good example of what she's doing is what happened on the Joe Budden podcast with Melissa Ford.
With Mark Lamont?
Man, so like basically you got the privilege. So when someone's holding you accountable, like your guy lets you slide on so much shit that when he finally does hold you accountable, you feel like he's coming down on you and you like you being attacked.
It's a pretty privilege.
Talking about,
she thinks because she's the only female on the show, she should have that privilege of not being checked.
Or like she was saying in the argument with her man, like she thinks that she's the woman and she just wants to be heard. But I heard you, and now I disagree. I only have a few options here. We're talking. So either I agree or say nothing, or I disagree.
Or I dishonestly agree with you.
Yeah, and I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to do that.
So, like, what, I'm in a trick bag.
an agreement, an understanding of what the fuck is going on. Any man who argues with you and tries to leave you in that confusion, or he wants to dismiss all your feelings and just leave you in a bad space, he does not like you. Like, I promise, he does not like
Facts
you.
over feelings, bitch. That's all I gotta say. It's facts over feelings. Fuck how you feel. If a situation calls for a logical solution, it's fuck how you feel. This is what we're going to do. You can sit there and feel bad about it all you want until the situation gets better.
But you know why I think you 100% on is because they scream when shit goes to spreads. You're the leader. You were the leader. You were the leader. So men, like he said, take lead, put your fucking foot down. And at the end of the day, the buck stops with you because everybody's going to blame you.
Blame you in there anyway. So, either, like they say, fall in line or fall out.
And we're not saying like it's a dictatorship, because most men, they're benevolent, especially in relationships. They want to please their woman. So they'll hear you out, but men, steadfast to what you think is right, because at the end of the day, when it doesn't go right, you got to answer for the shit.
Just because we have a democratic household where everybody's voice is heard doesn't mean that the most logical step aren't going to be employed and used. Fuck how you feel.
Facts.
Do not care about black men, okay? Black women, unfortunately, sis, and I know y'all coming to beat me up, and I ain't talking about all us, but I'm talking about the majority. They don't even care about their children. They would rather abort their children than to give them life, okay? Black people, black men, right? You at some point, you're going to have to pick a side, right? Black men have to come back into the forefront, and you all have to take a lead if you all want to save black life. Right? Because a black woman, she can go anywhere.
That's the point I was making about leadership. See? And I didn't even know this shit was going to happen like this. But look, you can't lead bad followers. If a person is hell-bent on not wanting to follow, you can't lead me anywhere. If I already said in my mind and my heart that I don't want to fucking follow you, I'm not going nowhere with you. Even if you got something I want, when I was younger, I would play along, but
those days are done. So
you got to get your ass in line.
What really has to happen is women got to hit rock bottom. They got to hit rock bottom.
Unfortunately.
And feel throughout the entire black woman's community the desire and need for black men all over again. And they're not going to feel that until they hit rock bottom. You know why rock bottom? Because they're not desired by the other races of men. Not
like they say, for more than what we know.
They're fetished upon, but they're not desired. 1% of white America is married to a black woman. Let that sink in. 1%.
Right? To get what she feel like she needs. Right? Who's gonna be there for you? Who's gonna save you? I hope y'all not waiting on us, because I damn sure can't do it by myself.
I mean, she's correct in her statement, her analysis. But,
most women don't believe that black men are the leaders and we need to step back in front and be leading.
It's one of twofold, because we got a double-edged sword to fight. So either we're going to fight for our children or we're going to fight for our women right now. And which one you think deserves more input into saving?
The children.
I believe the children are our future. Thank you.
I would feel that we want to put more input into the children, because that's the next generation coming up.
Teach them well.
This generation of women is already, it's like they say, once the tree is already grown a certain amount of time, you can't really straighten it back out.
Yeah.
That time when you had available to get in there and really straighten the roots out has passed. So what we got to do, worry about the next tree that we plant and make sure the roots come up straight for that tree. So,
and saying that, some of you YNs and some of you young ladies, supposedly, hey, they're going to burn too.
They're going to burn. They're going to go
on. We're going to lose it. We're going to lose a lot of them too.
It's all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you got to break a couple of eggs to make an omelet.
Facts. Let's eat. Hit them with that shit.
All right, now, as always, man up, not man down.
Maintain, not man tan.
We out.
Yes, sir.